Good morning. Welcome to Williamson County Justice of the Peace Court, Precinct 3. I'm going to set this down. Y'all should have this little book if you want to look at this. If you look at the very first page, it'll tell you kind of our mission and core values, and then our organizational chart is on the second page. We have 19 employees, well, including me. So there's 18 clerks and then me, so 19 of us total, but this is kind of our structure and our beliefs. The next page is going to talk about me, and I'm not going to read all this, but I'll just tell you that my background is in law enforcement. I retired as a captain from Georgetown Police Department. I did 26 years in law enforcement, and I feel like that set me up for the position as your Justice of the Peace. I also have a real estate license that I've had for 23 years, I believe, and that has also helped me with being your Justice of the Peace. And the reason for both of those is I do death inquest, I sign warrants, I see the officers in court, and then for the real estate side, I hear evictions, landlord-tenant disputes. I have to review TREC, the Texas Real Estate Commission forms in court. I know what I'm looking at. So both of those have helped me a lot in this position. But I won't go into a whole lot of this, just a little bit on my personal life. I am married. We've been married 32 years. We have one daughter, she's married. We have 2 grandkids, and we live on a farm. We have cows, goats, chickens, a pig. So we have kind of a whole little old McDonald farm there, I guess. So on to the meat of our presentation. What does a justice court do? I will say when I ran for this position, I had no idea all of the things that were required of a justice of the peace. If I had known, I don't know that I would have run for this position. So this is an elected position. We serve 4-year terms. I'm on my 2nd term. And when I went to baby judges school, they call it, they gave us a big laminated sheet of all the duties that a justice of the peace might have to do. And I was like, wow. And I think now I've done every single one of them on that sheet. But it was very overwhelming. Again, if I had known, I don't know that I would run for this position. But it's also a very rewarding position. I love that I'm able to help people. And when I sit on the bench here and I hear people's stories, it inspires me to think, how can I help them further? And that's kind of what I'm going to talk about in our presentation. How can I help people? What are their needs? And what can I do in my position to help them? So one of the things you have is this Mental Health and Wellness Expo. This came from one of the first calls that I had. It's not the first program I did, but it was one of the first things, because I get a lot of people in court who are obviously struggling mentally. And I'm like, what can I do to help that person? And I'll be honest, I didn't know of all the resources in Williamson County that were available to help people. So we decided to kind of do a one-stop shop and get them all together. And we have it in this conference room across from the courtroom. And then people can come and move around, talk to people, and find out what is available here in our community to help people. The very first time we ever had that event, it was from 6 to 8 p.m. Within 5 minutes of opening the doors, the hallways were packed. The whole room was packed. It stayed that way for 2 hours, which told me there truly is a need here in Williamson County for that. But I want to back up real quick on what a Justice of the Peace does, and then I'm kind of bouncing around, but we'll get back to the extras that we do. So we hear cases they're mainly all Class C misdemeanors, from the Penal Code, the Traffic Code, the Education Code, the Health and Safety Code, Parks and Wildlife Code, and the Alcohol and Beverage Code. I also hear small claims and civil cases up to $20,000. That changed. When I first started, it was $10,000. Now it's $20,000. There are also numerous administrative functions that I do. I will issue writ of reentries or destruction orders, or I hear appeals on handgun licenses when the state may take someone's handgun license, or the state suspends somebody's driver's license. They'll come to me and say, hey, I need an occupational driver's license, or I want you to hear my case and give me my license back. I do peace bonds, illegal lockouts, illegal towings, I said occupational driver's licenses, search warrants. I mean, it goes on. And every day I'm doing something like that. Besides hearing the criminal and civil court, we also here run a teen court. There are 3 teen courts in Williamson County. Ours, Precinct 2 in Cedar Park, and then Georgetown Municipal Court has a teen court program. That's an excellent program for our kiddos because we can have them go to court, be held accountable for what they did, but it won't go on their record. Their sentence is to do so many community service hours, and then once they do that, it's not on their record. So I did dumb things as a kid, and we're all young and do crazy things, so I try to help them learn from their experience, do something to give back to the community, and then keep it off their record so they can keep moving forward. My hope for all kids that I see in court is to keep them on the right path, or if they step off, to get them back on the right path. So 3 things that are really important to me. We are a high volume court. If you add the caseload for precinct 1, 2, and 4 all together, it's about what we do in this court. It used to be, we far exceeded this court, but now it's about the same as 3 other courts combined. We are a high volume court. And I always get asked, well, why is your court so busy? I don't know the answer to that. We're in the county seat. I-35 runs down here. The sheriff's office is here. I don't know if that's the answer, but we are a busy court. In addition to the cases that are filed here by DPS and Williamson County Sheriff's Office, the state of Texas, if anyone hits a guardrail, damages a bridge, anything like that, anywhere from El Paso to Galveston, anywhere in the state, those cases are heard in this court or a court in Travis County. We're the 2 courts that hear those cases for the whole state, which is crazy to think that we handle all that. For occupational driver's license cases, if you add precinct 1, 2, and 4 all together, they don't even equal the number of cases that I hear in this court. So we're a high volume court, and because of that, I expect our employees to be professional. We have to dot all the I's and cross all the T's because we want our work product to be accurate, and we want to look nice, present nice to the public. We also value customer service. When you come into the office, you're not happy. Maybe you got a ticket, you're being sued in small claims court. So we want to welcome you and make your experience here as best we can. So I expect outstanding customer service. And then the third thing is we engage with the community that we serve. I don't want your only experience to be coming to this court. I want you to see us out in the public serving you. So we do things like talks like this. We had and on the back, you'll see under community events, you'll see many of the things that we've done. Every single project, event, anything we've ever done has cost participants $0. They don't have to pay anything to participate in what we offer. It has also cost Williamson County $0. We don't ask anything from the county. We do it all for free. We offer it all to the community. My employees, they volunteer their time. They'll flex it off somewhere else so they don't even ask for overtime, and we work to serve you all. When I first started, our very first project was we went to Big in Georgetown. Where am I on time? 5 minutes. Okay, we went to Big in Georgetown. They're an organization that helps people with special needs. They were paying $1,900 to have somebody wash their greenhouse windows. Well, I said, well, we can come do that for you. So we shut down the whole office. We went there, we cleaned their greenhouse windows. We actually organized their attic upstairs. But I quickly realized we're a high volume court. I can't be shutting down the court to go do stuff like that. That was the one and only time we shut down and went and did something as a team, which was a great team building exercise. Since then, we've just taken groups so people can sign up. And we built a pergola for the Nest, which is an organization that helps young people that are maybe suffering homelessness. We went to the Delaney and played bingo with residents and had lunch with them, which we did one Monday a month, and all of us got to go in groups. That was a lot of fun. We've walked dogs for the animal shelter. You can see on here some of the things that we've done. We've offered, the very first thing I ever did, I had a kid in court who his mom said she wanted to relinquish rights. She didn't want anything to do with her son anymore, and it broke my heart. So the very first thing we did was Courageous for Kids, and you can read about that later. But the community really rallied behind us to do that because I'm seeing a lot of kids suffering like that. In closing, I'll just say our office has won a lot of awards and recognition for the great work that they do. And we've won state awards and national awards. We had a financial literacy program that won both the state and national award. And we also had a What Every Teen Should Know About Texas Law program that won both the state and national award. We are also considered a center of excellence, and we are one of only how many courts now? Is there 7 total? 7 in the whole state of Texas. That's of all courts. So I'm pretty proud of our court and our staff and the things that we do, and thank you for letting me present. I feel like I had to rush really fast, but if you have any questions, let me know.
Question.
Yes.
You mentioned earlier about evictions. If someone gets an eviction notice, they come here?
They do. Yes, if it's in this precinct, yes. Okay. So there's 4 justice courts, so it would be one of the 4 of us hear the evictions. Yes, sir.
Did you have to retire your license for real estate?
So no, the state doesn't require that. So I have my real estate license is still active. My peace officer license is still active. So I take the continuing ed for both. But yeah, they don't require that I retire either one.
Surprising that with all the activities you have that you were able to do that. Kudos to you for that.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Yes.
The class, I think it's in 2021, the teen education, is that something that's going to recur, or is that just a warning?
So it was recurring. We have kind of revamped it. I have a juvenile case manager, and she is doing something for teens. It's just revamped a little bit, and we can get you some information on that if you're interested. Yeah. Anyone else? We also just started a parent mentor program because we have a lot of parents that come in here and they get charged with parent contributing to non-attendance for their student not going to school. And we're seeing the parents are struggling. Well, you don't get a lot of education on how to be a parent. So we've put together a parent mentoring program, and we just have somebody, an adult that's willing to work with a parent, kind of just be an encourager to them and help them, a sounding board for the things that they're going through, provide possible resources for them. So that's something we're excited about that we just started. Anybody else have a question? Yes, ma'am.
On your financial literacy class, is that just for teens or is that adults as well?
So that was actually for both. We actually moved it into the Juvenile Justice Center, but our court, we had to let that one go because we just had so much going on, and it was really a lot on our staff to have to manage that program. So that was one that we let go. But that was one of the first programs we did here. But I think they're still continuing it at Juvenile Justice. Yeah. Thank you all so much for letting me talk to you this morning, and I'm happy that y'all are in this program. I think Connie's done an amazing job putting this together for the community, and I would love to be on your side and go through it at some point. So thank you all for being here.